YouTube, how's it going? Today we're going to be going into another 7-round mock draft. Today, the Pittsburgh Steelers going to the Steel City and getting this mock draft done. Steelers fans, let me know what you're thinking about your mock draft. Are you going to want, what position? Is it going to be a quarterback, offensive lineman, maybe a receiver, corner? There's a bunch of different things that it could be. Are you trying to trade up, trade down, stay where you're at? Just let me know in the comment section below right now before we get into this. And then let me know how you think about what I did with this draft. But without further ado, we're not going to waste much more of your time. We're going to get right into this one. We're starting off this mock draft with a trade. The Steelers are going to be moving up to pick 11, and they're going to be giving up pick 20, 84, and 208. So that is going to be 3 picks for the price of 1. Moving up 9 spots in this draft class, giving up a 3rd rounder and a late 6th rounder. Pretty much not too bad of a trade here for the Steelers. You're not going to be able to get as many players as you want, but you are going to be able to get the player that they're moving up for, which we're going to talk about right now. And that player is going to be Kenny Pickett, the quarterback out of Pittsburgh, keeping him in the Steel City with a next-gen grade of 84 from Next Gen, obviously. His hand size is really the only concern. The gloves, obviously, it's because of the hand size and just how comfortable he is with it, which can be a problem in Pittsburgh if the circumstances are not right with the weather. Can he play in the snow? Can he play in the rain? Those are going to be seen in the NFL, but he really can make all the throws in the world. He has that gunslinger mentality, which, depending on how you view it, can be viewed as a positive and a negative. But, he's going to be able to kind of look at it as a young Carson Wentz. Wentz was able to do a lot with his career because of his gunslinger mentality and trying to force spots in and never giving up on a play. Sometimes that can get you into some trouble as well. But he really can be a dual threat. We all know about the fake slide in the bowl game that he played in, which changed the rules, which was pretty funny for it to happen. But he could be a dual threat. He goes through his progressions very well, and he's very poised in the pocket. A lot of people say he's the most pro-ready quarterback, and yes, he is very good right now. He can play right away, but you let him and Trubisky battle in the preseason, and he doesn't have to start right away. You can let Trubisky start, and if Trubisky starts playing very well, now you have an asset to move on from and get maybe another team want to give Trubisky another chance as well if he plays well. So there's a lot of different things you can do, but that 84 overall grade from Next Gen is the second highest of any quarterback behind only Matt Corral in this draft class. So very good grade for Kenny Pickett, moving up for that quarterback, being the second quarterback taken off the board for the mock draft. Steel City, let me know what you think about this one. Moving on down to pick number 52, we're going to be selecting Dylan Parham, the center/interior offensive lineman from Memphis. Got him at a next-gen grade of 80, which is very good, very good for an offensive lineman at 52. I project him as a center next level. He's really rose on boards heavily since his combine. He did a lot for himself through there. Just his entire offseason has really shot himself up boards, which has been good. Interior offensive line has been an issue for the Steelers. They went out, they got James Daniels, obviously, but Kendrick Green had to transition to center last year, and it wasn't great. So there's still work to be done there for the Steelers' offensive line, and then just shoring that up, because this team used to have one of the best offensive lines in football, and it's been shown this past couple years to see that this has not been one of the best offensive lines in football, and Big Ben has shown the struggles dealing with that as well. So shoring up another position on that line, Dylan Parham, pairing him alongside another new addition in James Daniels at right guard. This is going to be a solid interior offensive line, a big upgrade over what you had, and he's going to protect your new franchise quarterback in Kenny Pickett. Sorry to interrupt the video, but I just want to talk to you about Underdog Fantasy really quick. The NFL season's over, but you can still draft a new fantasy team on Underdog Fantasy and win cash prizes. They have a slick mobile app and a user-friendly site. You can also join a league and draft a team in minutes. Plus, the folks at Underdog are helping you guys out that are watching the video by matching up to $100 on your first deposit for new users when you use code SORMANI, SORMANI. So just go to UnderdogFantasy.com or go download the App Store or the Google Play Store. Sign up with the code SORMANI, that's SORMANI, and Underdog is going to match your first deposit all the way up into $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code Sormani, Sormani. Now let's get back to this video. Now we move on over to pick 138, and we're going to be selecting Velus Jones Jr. out of Tennessee, 71 overall grade from Next Gen. His run after the catch ability is a huge plus for Velus. He is a great kick returner, which shows with that run after the catch ability. You look at the roster, besides Deontay and Chase Claypool, really you're not looking at too much. Anthony Miller, Steven Sims, Gunnar Olszewski, there's really not much that's there. So when you're looking at a guy like Velus Jones, who had a great offseason so far as well, getting him at 138, he can replace that role that either Juju or James Washington had, whichever way you want it to go. Maybe you let Deontay take over a lot more, since Juju was hurt this whole season, so it's not really like his role hasn't already kind of been replaced this whole season. But definitely needing some help, because you do lose two solid receivers in Washington and Juju. And he's got the big playability. So you put him alongside Chase Claypool, who's going to be that physical receiver, that deep ball threat, and Deontay Johnson, who really is a do-it-all receiver in today's day and age. Now you have a guy who really can play, probably out of the slot and be amazing after the catch. I really like Velus Jones Jr. here. I think he'd be a perfect addition for Pittsburgh. Moving on down all the way to pick 225, we're going to be taking Dobey Dobe, and he's a defensive back out of Kansas State. He's from Ghana originally. He moved into the starting cornerback role in 2020 due to a virus outbreak, but up until then, he was a beast on special teams, and that's really what you're looking for in these later rounds, guys who can contribute right away on special teams and hopefully develop into their position, and that's exactly what I think that Dobey Dobe can do. He attacks the ball in the air. He's aggressive. He's going to make tackles. There's a lot to like about his tape, but in reality, he really has not had the exposure at the level of starting at corner. But being that special teams threat, being able to play some corner as well, I think that this is a solid pick here at 225. He's going to help you out a ton on special teams, but also can develop into a, I wouldn't say a great corner, or maybe not even a good corner, but a decent corner, a solid replacement corner, some depth purposes, enough to keep his roster spot, definitely. So Dobey Dobe is going to be that next pick. He did not have a next-gen grade. He wasn't at the combine, but that is going to be the selection here for the Steelers. Last but not least, we're going to be taking Bubba Bolden, the safety out of Miami, with a next-gen grade of 60. He's playing more of a free safety role. And he's really moved up and down boards, especially in that day 3 range all offseason, and he's kind of down right now. He has the potential of being a starting caliber player, but right now I think he's more or less transitioned into that role of going to be a special teamer and make his impact there, being a flyer on those kickoffs and such. So a lot of different things that can be done there with Bubba Bolden, but he has some upside. He has the potential because he has been a starter at Miami. Just has not had a great offseason, and really been moving down boards more than he's moved up since the draft process has really started in this offseason. But Bubba Bolden is definitely somebody to keep your eye on as a depth safety guy, a backup safety, and possibly transition his way to a starting role in the coming years. So that is going to be it for this Pittsburgh Steelers mock draft, a total of 5 picks here in the 7 rounds. Kenny Pickett, Dylan Parham, Velus Jones Jr., Dobey Dobe, and Bubba Bolden are all the selections. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? All opinions are okay. And also let me know what you guys have for your 7-round mock drafts. Obviously, this one had trades in it. A lot of the 7-round mock drafts are going to be as realistic as possible based on what I think the teams would do in these situations. So this is a perfect situation for the Steelers. You get your franchise quarterback, you're protecting him, and you're getting him a weapon, all in the same time period, all in the same draft, the top of the draft. So I really do like this pick, these selections for Pittsburgh. But let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. If you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave it a like and subscribe if you are new, and turn those notifications on. If you didn't enjoy it, that's all right. Just refresh the page and let me know what you think about it the second time. Because without further ado, that's going to be it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one.
How you talking 50K? How you talking making plays or just talking? Yeah. I do this shit here on my own time. Time is money, so I did it on my own dime. Word to Bookie, yeah, this homage gave me game. Yeah, he taught me family ties. Quick to back there off me. Nah, I can't wait for you.